Hi, this is Ricky Sun. I am a Pi consultant. Today I want to talk about share with you a little secret of increasing productivity as a Pi consultant. But before we get to it, I want to ask you a question. Is your productivity determined by your clients or by yourself? And I believe our productivity is determined by our client, and we cannot be productive without our client, right? And that's kind of like period. We cannot be productive without our client, because what is the most important thing to do is we listen to what our clients want and we give them what they want, right? And I have a couple of examples I wanted to share, right? Like for my work now, right? Each Monday of the week, in the morning, I get together with my clients, and we're going to go through the task list, right? And we use OneNote and we state everything into the task list, right? And then we prioritize, right? Based on the situation, we prioritize what need to be done for this week. I mean, of course, everything need to get done. I mean, everything is important, right? We should finish everything. But what is the most important though, right? Then I will ask my clients, right? What is the most important out of 10, right? He will say task number 3, right? That's the most important, right? Focus on creating more logics in analytics. Yes, okay. And then we are going to after the meeting, we're going to work on it. I'm going to work on it, and then during the week things change. Suddenly, an interface is not working, not collecting data. I don't know why. And then my client come to me, hey, can you help me look at my Pi interface, because it's not working. I have spent 20 minutes on troubleshooting it. It's not working. And then he wants, like my client want me to troubleshoot, right? To get involved in it. Then what you shouldn't do, right? This is what I learned is this is what works for me too. Like I see happier client, right? Is what you should not do is tell them to call tech support themselves, and then you continue work on your tasks on the list, right? What you should do is ask your client, hey, out of this interface problem or the creating logics, right, in Pi Analytics, which one is more important for you? And then he will say, Pi interface. And then that become a highest priority in my list, right? You just have to be that agile, that flexible, that adaptive, right? And then we do it, and then we finish it, and then we troubleshoot together, we call tech support, and the task got solved, and then I continue with the next task, right? And then I got a lot of satisfaction on my client because I'm solving their most important problem at that moment, right? And I think that's the right thing to do, because I got contract renewal, right? They like me, right? What I think that's the most satisfaction for me too, right? Like to myself is like my client like me, and then he keep renewing the contract, and then they think I am important, right? So talk about client satisfaction or productivity, right? And I made the mistake in the past I want to share with you. Another example is I do Pi training before, right? Pi training could be AF Analytics training, PyVision training, data link training, or like, what do they call it? Visualizing Pi system data training, or system administration training. It doesn't matter, right? I made that. The reason why I said I made that mistake in the past is when I go to the training, I go through the slide one by one and show my audience everything. Yeah, because, well, we go through the manual, we believe all the features are important for our clients, and that is actually a mistake to do, because not all the features are important for each of our clients. What we should do is at the beginning, ask our client a question at the beginning, right? Before you teach, before you even teach, or is ask your client, what do you want to get out the most from this training, right? What do you want to do what do you want to get from this training? Simple questions, right? And then they will come back to you saying, I just want to create a PyVision trend. Actually, not PyVision trend, because they don't know what PyVision is, but they just want to create a trend. They want to see their process, and then you go from there, right? You ask more questions. And then you also, like I said before, you create a task list, right? One by one, and then maybe there's many people in your audience, then you get them to vote which one is the most important, and you do the most impactful item first for your client. Let's say creating a trend is the most important, then you show that first, right? And you know what, also I have that mind as well, right? When I was in OSIsoft PyEngineer, is like, when I show them what they need to know, are they going to stay? They're not going to stay, they're going away actually, like, oh, right, they just go away. But they are busy people, they should not stay if it is not important, right? I made that mistake of thinking I should show them everything and make everybody stay, right? But you're wasting a lot of their time by making them stay. And because not all the features are equally important for each of our customer, and we should, if they go, they should go, right? They are busy people, they have more important stuff to do, right? What we are doing is to help them buy back their time, not to waste their time, right? So totally fine if they go earlier, right? They just need to learn one thing and then they go, right? That's kind of what I wanted to get to, right? Is to ask them first what is the most important thing they wanted to do, and do it, and then they go. The next thing is implying. So the next example I want to talk about is, like, I was in security group as well in OSIsoft, and we are kind of deep in the weed of security, right? And we try to come up with a best practice, or we thought it is going to be the best for our client, right? Instead of a default setting, which every system have a default setting, right? But we want to raise the standard to a best practice setting, right? For each of our new Pi server install. I think that's a mistake, because not all the clients are equal, right? Some clients are like more technical stuff. Some clients higher level, they don't like the technical stuff. And we are helping we go into a mind of helping them raise their standard, right? Raise their bottom line, right, of their security, Pi security. We want to raise it. But the fact is, they don't care, right? Some might care, but most of them don't care. We imply they need to do this, but at the end, our client is like, he just want to create a tag and then he could not collect data because the security is tightened, and then the tag cannot get read access or write access. So the data didn't go into the Pi, right? So, and I think that's a mistake because I think nowadays I prefer default setting unless their initiative is security, right? And then we'll help them, coach them, raise their standard, help educate them to go to the next level, right? It's whatever your client comfortable, and then you go there, you help them get to there, not because you want it to be go there, right? Don't get that mistake. So listen, right? Listen to your client, give them what they want. It's the ultimate productivity determinations of our productivity, right? And yeah, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe as well as hit the bell icon, and I will see you next week. I hope you learned something. Thank you. Bye.